Do you know that every time you travel with a particular airline, you're able to get what we call miles? And these miles can be used to get your next flight for free. Let me tell you how this is done. In today's video, I will be telling you about top tips you need when you're about to book your flight. You are already aware the prices of flights right now, it is over the roof. I do not know if any of you have tried booking a flight this period, but honestly guys, it is expensive. As someone who has traveled for a while now, I know that prices during summer is always expensive. It's not new for me, but because it's like post-COVID, I tell you guys, it is like more than how it used to be during other summers. So please make sure to watch this video to the end. I am going to be telling you websites you will use to book your flight. I'm also going to be telling you all the tips you need to know to book cheaper flights. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be giving you 2 ways you could book flights for free. So yeah, you heard me right. I promised you guys this video and it is here now. So make sure you watch to the end. The first thing you want to do to book cheaper flights is to be flexible. I mean, have flexible travel dates. Looking at the screen, I'm trying to book a flight from London Gatwick to Antalya, and on the dates here in June and July, you can see the price variation. Some are 36, some are 70, and we have flights as cheap as 36. So if I'm flexible, I can book that date. Well, this might not be applicable to everyone, most especially if you have an occasion you are actually traveling for. For example, if you've got a marriage to attend, you've got a wedding anniversary, or you got like you've got an important date to catch up, this might not work for you. But if you are just traveling for annual leave, vacation, or anything, please make sure you have flexible travel dates. This will enable you to book flights as cheaper dates. Generally, when you book flight ends, it's more expensive than when you book on weekdays. So let's say Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursdays, they are always cheaper to fly on those days, and weekends are always expensive because everyone wants to go home during weekend. People are not working during weekends. It's that simple. That's just the trick of booking flights on flexible dates. Now, another thing you need to know is when I say being flexible, be flexible. If you book flights on holiday, it's going to be more expensive. You already know why. Everyone wants to travel during holidays. People that do not work 9 to 5 might not relate. So for those of us that are nurses that work holidays and every other day, we might not relate to this, but a lot of people do not work on holidays, so that's the only period where they travel. So national holidays, traveling those periods are really expensive, so you want to make sure that you are avoiding the rush hour. And travel after Christmas period. If you can travel after bank holidays, as we call it here in the UK, or just national public holidays, I bet you're going to get cheaper flights during those periods. It's even better when you travel just immediately after the holiday. For example, on Monday is holiday and Tuesday is not. If you are going to be traveling on Tuesday, you can get it half the price. So make sure you are very flexible to that extent if you're actually just traveling for a vacation and not for an appointment. Traveling at off-peak seasons. So off-peak seasons are times where people do not travel. For example, people really do not travel when it is winter because it's cold and everybody wants to stay warm at home. So definitely off-peak seasons are the best time for you to book your flights. Now I'm telling you, it's summer, that's why prices are very expensive. I do not know, but I know that everyone will be planning a summer vacation, but a very few percentage of people travel during winters. Those are the real travel lovers. Those people cannot stay a month or 2 without traveling. So those are people that travel every season, but most people, majority of the people, only travel. Another point you need to note is to make sure you clear your browsing history and your cookies. It's just like a supply and demand rule. So when you are always demanding something, it's more expensive during that period. But when you clear your browsing history, you're likely to get the price at a very cheaper rate. But whenever I search for flights, I search and search. I like try to compare between every website I can get my hands on, and I definitely compare and take the cheapest. I'll be telling you about these websites somewhere in the video, so make sure you are sticking around. If I get a flight that is cheap, I try to still clear my browsing history and search in that particular website again. In that way, I get it at a lower price because they do not know I've searched for this flight. But when they know that I really need this flight, just like you're searching and they know you are desperate, they tend to increase the price. In that way, they feel that you are that desperate that you need a holiday that much, and they will keep increasing the price for you. But when you clear your browsing history, they do not even know that you've actually searched for that flight. And it's so another way you could actually book cheaper flights is to either book your flight earlier than your travel date or last minute. Now, I'm going to be telling you the truth. Last minute deals are very heartbreaking. You could actually get it very cheap, or you will not get it cheap at all. It will be like extremely expensive. So I personally do not advise last minute deal, except it's like an impromptu trip where you want to travel. You will actually get it sometimes cheaper, but it could actually be like the most expensive deal you can get. So I do not really advise that, but booking early is one of the best points you could take from this video, because if you are traveling now, so we are in June, if you are going to be traveling in December, if you book your flights now, it's going to be cheaper. But if you wait till December, like first week of December, before you start booking your flights, it's going to be more expensive. So I hope you understand, last minute deals do not work for everybody, and I do not really advise it except you are ready to take that risk. Very important point for you to note when you're trying to book cheap flights is to join a mailing list. So now for most websites I use, they do have mailing lists, and it's that you just add your email to the list, and every time they have a deal, they just send it to you, and you are able to book flights when it's cheaper. So they'll tell you that, oh, this airline is giving out 10% discount, book your flights now, and you book. But that you still need to be flexible. Like I said in the first point, you need to be flexible. The mailing list can be actually annoying, and it can make you want to travel every time, because you're going to be seeing like cheap flights and be like, oh my god, just go to Paris for £20, why not, let's go. Like it can be annoying as well, because sometimes it's too much, and I get these emails, I'm like, what, I don't want to travel, leave me alone. But if you are really looking for like cheaper flight deals, yes, definitely you need to join the mailing list to get your alerts whenever the price of things drop. So yes, joining a mailing list is something you should consider if you don't mind the bulk of emails. Important points to note when looking for flights is to use the best flight search engines. Now I know that you are able to just go on the company's website and book. I do advise that, because with that you are sure of where you are booking. You're also like guaranteed like refund if you need to, or it's more reliable to book directly from the airline. So if you're traveling to Dubai, or you want to travel to a particular country, it's always good to use the country's airline to avoid a lot of things. If you travel a lot, you know what I mean, then it's more expensive. The good thing is you can always get a refund, and it's more reliable. You are also guaranteed good customer service because you book directly from them. There are just a lot of advantages from booking directly from the website, but if you want to get a cheaper deal, you can book from other search engines. So one of the search engines I always go to is using Skyscanner. So now with Skyscanner, you're able to see flights on variable websites. Another one you can use is Google Flights. Google Flights also give you a range of orders of airlines to book with. You can book directly from them. Another one you can check is Cheapo Air. Also is good for you to use while booking your flight. Kiwi.com also is another good search engine for you to use. Okay, so now that I have explained how you could get cheap flights, let's go over to the main deal. The main deal is getting your flights for free. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you 2 points, because I'm not going to share all. No, I'm going to give you 2 points in which I use, or which you can use to actually get flights for free. And the first one is to buy flights when the airline is having error sales. So if you do not know what error sales means, error sales are like mistake fares. This can occur due to human error, or even when there is a price glitch. You can have flights for as low as 90% discount, and you will be able to book this, but be sure that you need to book it immediately you see it. Book flights when the airline makes an error. So error sales are a thing, not really common, but it happens once in a while. When an airline puts up a flight but it doesn't like have any cost attached to it, or it's like actually almost free. If you get that, you are able to book it. But the most important thing is to book it immediately you see it. So the thing is, it doesn't last for long because, like I said, it's an error flight, so they could actually take it down immediately they find out that it's an error, because this error occurs due to human error. Like, we are humans and we make errors, or you can actually be due to like technical glitches, like that. For example, they're trying to put a flight for 200 and the person, whoever was doing it, puts it for £2 instead of 200, and boom, you are able to catch it because you're wise and because you have a mailing list. So that's the important thing about getting a mailing list. And all of a sudden you are traveling for free. So yes, if you are able to catch error flights, you'll be traveling for free. And they do take down those sales immediately they find out that there's an error, so you need to catch it immediately you see it. Like I said, it's not all that popular, but it's still a thing. The second and last point for getting flights for free is to build up points. So traveling points are like, do you know that every time you travel with a particular airline, you're able to get what we call miles, and these miles can be used to get your next flight for free? Let me tell you how this is done. This is done by simply registering to be a member of any airline you fly frequently with. After getting the membership number, you need to quote this whenever you are booking your flight. You also need to quote this when you are checking in, as you are able to build up points, and these points will be used to get your next flight for free. Not just getting your flight for free, but also upgrading to a business class. So the next time you see me on a business class, please and please and please mind your business, mind your business. Build miles when you travel. So at the point when you've built a lot of miles, you are able to use those points to book your next flight for free. So it depends on how many points you already have on your travel card. You are able to book your next flight for free. Another important perks of getting a travel card and building up your miles is the fact that if you have booked for an economy class, you are able to upgrade to a business class if you use your miles on your travel card. So using your travel cards to get points and to build up your miles is something you need to put into consideration, especially if you're a frequent traveler. Please make sure you have a travel card. It does help with building your points and getting free flights. So let me know if these points have helped you. If you've watched this point, make sure you type hot girl somewhere in the comment section and let me know what you think about this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Voila.